बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। बेजुर्रत-ए-रिंदाना हर इश्क है रोबाही, बाजू है कवि जिसका वो इश्क यदुल्लाही. So, बेजुर्रत-ए-रिंदाना. So, if you don't have courage to stand up, and you don't have the courage to confront your own self, confront your own actions, or to keep your own words, so you're always, you find yourself wobbling on that surface, your own surface, that you create with your own words. So you keep wobbling on that surface. So in that situation, that means you don't have any courage at all, to act on what you say. So basically whatever comes out of your mouth, it's Rubahi. So Rubahi is like, we have all watched those movies, like, the over dramatized versions of, somebody's imagination, factually incorrect and, just waste of time and money. So those kind of movies. So basically then whatever a person does, if he's not firm on that ground, if he's not firm in action, then whatever he does, like, so that becomes a, just like those movies, the waste of time movies. Bazoo hai kavi jiska wo ishq yadullahi. But on the other hand, if a person is firm on his faith, he's firm on that ground that he creates for his own self. So we all, learn during our, the time that we pass on in this earth. So we all learn. We learn our religion, we learn our manners, and we learn everything. And then we, then we practice. We try to stand firm on that. So once a person achieves that, he's true to his character, the true character that he has understood. So he works hard to maintain that character. So then comes a stage, when he becomes, so he becomes, I would use these words, the translator of will of creator. And these words are from Iqbal's poetry again. So basically, so when he looks around, when he sees around, so he sees will of creator. So we don't see creator with our own eyes. We don't see him, but then he's not disconnected from us. So the information is right around us. It's everywhere, but we cannot see it, but this person who is firm on faith and a man of character, then he sees around and he sees that will of creator written everywhere, and then he translates that will for others, those who cannot see. And then a stage comes that he even becomes the implementer of that will. So through his actions, he implements that will. So yeah, so firm on faith and firm on character, one can achieve to this state. Implementer and the translator and implementer of will of creator. But if not firm, faith is shaky, and that foundation is shaky, and then no courage to stand up, and to keep one's own words, then unfortunately whatever I say, whatever somebody says, it's just like a movie script. जो Sakhti-e-Manzil को Saman-e-Safar samjhe, Waye Asani napayad hai wo Raahi. So there are people I have not seen and I have not met, and I'm not one of those. Basically the person who treats like, we all are in a journey, and in this journey there are hardships, we struggle, and then there are hardships, but then there are people who treat these hardships, these struggles, just like, they don't give them much importance. So these whips on their back that, the time serves us, so basically they just think that, this is part of this journey. So they don't complain, they don't sit and complain creator that, it's unfair. So they don't blame fate and, creator and keep crying that, why me, why it's happening to me, okay? Rather, they understand that all those struggles and all those whips on their backs are basically, a way to keep them focused on their path, okay? So these men, who have these kind of thoughts, unfortunately, we don't see around, okay? So literally, there are no people. We are just so lazy that if we have to put struggle, then we just kind of avoid that path where we have to put struggle. We choose the one that's kind of easier path for us. वहशत न समझ उसको ए मर्व के मैदानी और मर्द के मैदानी कुहसार की खलवत है तालीम-ए-खुद आगाही. So sometimes we use these words aloof and antisocial and weird for some persons, okay? So a person who likes to keep his own company, sits alone somewhere. So we have these words for him, that he's like antisocial, he's aloof, he doesn't hang out with people. But Iqbal is saying that maybe he's more knowledgeable, okay? Because the knowledge that we get, it's there are different ways to acquire knowledge. So one knowledge is that we get through the education system that we have, okay? That's one form of knowledge. And then the other is that we get from our senses, okay? So we have 5 or more senses. So with these senses we learn, we open eyes, we hear, we touch, we smell. So we get knowledge, information from around. And then there is another knowledge that comes when we are in our own company, when we are in silence, in total silence, being in our own company. So basically we either we are literally in silence, okay, somewhere like in a quiet corner, and we make it a habit, or we detach our mind. So basically it's mind that kind of hooks us to all whatever is going on around us. But if we can successfully detach our mind, we can control our mind. So basically we are in our own company then. So then a knowledge, a person acquires knowledge, okay? It's a pure form of knowledge. So that knowledge is basically of self-Aagahi, self-realization, okay? Self-awareness. So maybe, so we use these words, aloof and antisocial and these words for some people, but maybe they are more knowledgeable. So we should be careful when we are talking about other people. Dunya hai Rawayati, Uqba hai Manajati, Darbaz do alam Raahi Shehanshahi. So then Iqbal puts that fact that we see around, okay? So let me go back. So Jura'at-e-Rindana. So this person who actually who is firm on his ground, okay, and he becomes translator and implementer of will of creator, and the person who treats his hardships that come in on this journey, he just treats them, he takes them casually, normally, okay? He knows that this is like part of the journey, so something good for him. And a person who turns within him just to acquire that knowledge, the self-awareness and self-realization. So we don't see these men who have these qualities and these characteristics. The reason being that Dunya hai Rawayati. So wherever you go, okay, so people are trapped in this, the culture and customs and these kind of things, okay? So we are proud of what we are, okay? So we are proud of we have a civilization which is 1,000 years old or 2,000 years old or 3 or 4 or 5. So the older it gets, so the more connected we feel to that culture and civilization. So maybe, we don't want to even think, because if you talk about it, people take it seriously that, maybe somebody's against their culture. But basically, maybe something was wrong at that time. So why not think about it? What's that proudness that comes in us when we connect ourselves to anything, to a culture, to a region, to a caste, to a whatever we want to connect to. So but that's how this world works, okay? That's what we see, especially in our region. It's all that fake sense of the connection that we have to our and then Uqba hai Manajati. This is cultural thing, okay? Customs and all that thing. But even the religion that we follow, okay, our religion, the religion we follow, basically these are like chantings. Okay, so we have, these are rituals. This is like, we have the daily stuff, a routine, a boring routine that we have to continue with. And just, we have a illusionary kind of creator in our mind, and then he sits somewhere else, and he has fixed all these things on the earth, and we are just living it. We depend on faith that, no, we depend on fate. Okay, so we cannot, so that makes us lazy. Okay, so if we just say that fate is fixed for us, every single instant is fixed for us, so that's what we have. We have lazy characters around that, oh, Allah ki marzi, so that's how this works in this. So we have made religion as so, just rituals. Okay, so and this is the reason that we don't see these people around, the people of action, people of character, people who know their own selves. Okay, but the Bazoo alambra in ast Shehanshahi. But if a person really wants to to free himself, okay, he wants to be a free man, and he wants to live in that in his own kingdom. Okay, now there is a kingdom, okay, which is different than this level that we are. So if a person wants to feel that and start living in that kingdom, so he has to get over these cultures and civilizations and castes and nationalities and the fake understanding of religion. I would say everything, we have to move a step beyond, leaving these things behind, and that's when you really feel that that you are entering into a different territory.